All right. So the show we're doing, does going private mean all business goes through trust? I really want to talk about this, man. Some people, they hit me up and they're like, look, what if I got a job? That's a real heavy one that I get a lot. What if I have a job? Or how do I pay my bills from private? How do we do this? What does it mean, private, really? And I get it. This is new to a lot of people. There's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of people out there talking a lot about what it means to be private and what you do, and good Christian man. I've heard a lot of stuff, and I think it can get confusing. And we are all free to, I would say, traverse this realm the way she fit it. And, whatever that means to you, that's what it is. But ultimately, when it comes to a reference point, an effective reference point, I think that's lost on a lot of people, because I get the same questions a lot. So with that being said, it's like, okay, so let's talk about it. Let's discuss this. As always, I do try to, give y'all some jewels with regards to, the overall entity itself. And, I can go all day, some blue in the face, all of these things, but let me just talk about what the Supreme Court says. A trust created by parties not availing themselves of such privileges and immunities is not illegal, even if formed for the purposes of limiting or avoiding taxes altogether. And that's weeks, like 2 weeks ago. Weeks, V versus Sibley, Sibley. You know what I'm saying? Or the dignity of the trust, the trust instrument, cannot be set aside simply because a tax benefit results, whether by design or by accident. By design or by accident. The dignity of a contract or the instrument, the governing instrument, the contract itself, we all know what we know what these guys are talking about. But the dignity of the contract itself cannot be set aside simply because a tax benefit results, whether it is by design or by accident. Very interesting. And that's Edwards versus Commissioner. I'll do you better. 415 F as in Frank, 2D, 578, 582. 415 F as in Frank, 2D, 578, 582. I can look that up. Go down there. Bring a flash drive, man. You can put the cases on the flash drive, and boom, you got mad cases. They charge you to print. Well, I do it. But ultimately, everybody's different. Everybody does going private mean all business goes through trust? Not necessarily. Let me just jump in there. Let me just tell you the answer real quick. Nah, not necessarily. This is, boom. Now, there's several ways that one can go private. You know what I mean? In my opinion, you can go private with how you generate income, quote income, and I don't mean income as in like the IRS definition of income. I mean income is what we all think of what income is. It's like, making money. Whether it's, cash or it's gold or it's silver or it's food or, some silverware. I don't care what it is, you know what I'm saying? As long as I can bring it home and they can either clothe or feed my family. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to, exchange this money for things, right? Or services, right? So you can go private with how one acquires these funds, so to speak. You can go private with how you title assets. You can go private with how you bank. You know what I'm saying? You can go private with how you interface with commercial banks. You follow what I'm saying? There's multiple different ways to go private, quote, quote. To go all the way completely private, yeah, I would say you need some land, you need a water source that's not polluted. You're going to need some specific skills. You're going to need how to grow your own food and make your own clothes. And so, that's super duper private. But, let's be honest. Who really wants to do that? Really? So we have this, these systems of exchange. Now, that we're all used to is this commercial system of exchange that is set up, however it's set up. Let's not get into that. But ultimately, we do not control it. And it is predominantly predicated upon Federal Reserve notes or a fiat currency system. Now, we choose, whether you believe it or not, we choose to transact in this fiat currency system. Whether we choose under threat, duress, and coercion is not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying it's still a choice. You know what I mean? Don't shoot me. I'm just telling the truth. I can choose to go on a hunger strike and die of starvation. Like, he died. He chose to die. Why are you talking about a dead man like that? Like, my man, he chose to die. Like, that's where I'm coming from. So, really, who would really choose to live like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's just trying to live just straight mountain man, like from my older heads. What was the dude's name? Grizzly Adams face? You know what I'm saying? No one really wants to do that. I like jet skis. You know what I'm saying? Those things are fun. I don't know how to make a jet ski. And, yeah. So why go directly into private? But what I'm saying is there's multiple ways to, quote, go private. If you want to go all the way private, that's on you. If you want to, have a peer trust under the common law that, is not effectively connected with a trade or business within the United States, congratulations. But I'm going to tell you this. If you're doing business, you're going to have very few customers who are willing to transact with you or your trust or your business strictly in gold and silver or acorns or whatever you decide to transact in. You're going to be hard-pressed to find, enough people to transact with you in such a manner to where, you're satisfied that you're not, using Federal Reserve notes, but also it satisfies your responsibility as not only, being alive, but also maybe being a provider, or protector. Good luck with that. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Not at this juncture. Like, we all coming from a broken, tore up estate, pillaged. So most of us are not on that level. You know what I mean? But how you go about being private is completely up to you. How do I pay bills in private? That's another question I get. Okay, so it depends. Are you paying bills in the private? Well, I want to. I don't want to use, the all caps name anymore. First, foremost, I want to make sure you understand what that means and how potentially difficult that is going to be. And if you're down to do it, fine. You know what I'm saying? I will definitely assist in, that move. But, and I'm not agent in the public. Like, I'm on them casts like it necessitates that, in some way, shape, or form, I administer or interface with entities that interface with the public for multiple reasons. So that's just me, though. You do what you do. How do you pay bills in the private? It depends. I think the first question is the bill. What name is on the bill? To whom is the bill addressed? If you're looking to commingle funds, whatever, pay bills willy-nilly. But the way it is and the way it's looked at is if the bill does not come in the name of the trust, why is the trust paying the bill? Am I just gonna walk up to you and be like, yo, you got any bills? Who you got? You got Verizon? You pay your bill yet? Oh, you didn't? All right, let me handle that for you. You be like, man, who are you? I'm like, no, man, no, it's cool. No, I'm just gonna pay that bill for you. You be like, fam, what? I'm like, no, man, let me pay your Verizon bill for you. We good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's popping. You don't think I'm crazy? You ain't gonna cooperate. You don't go home and tell whoever's there, or call whoever, whatever you're gonna do, and be like, yo, this dude ran up on me on some crazy stuff, talking about he want to pay my Verizon bill. I mean, can you believe that? They're gonna be laughing at you and all that stuff, because that doesn't happen. Same thing in the so-called, in the private, y'all. Like, ain't gonna happen. Ain't no trust is gonna run up. Ain't no trustees is gonna run up and start paying your bills, man. What is that? Especially if they look at the trust and they see that you're one of the trustees. It's like, oh, okay. And then there's no substantiation. What substantiation? What I mean, what would that be? What would that be? What would the substantiation be? I don't know. Is it reimbursement for bona fide trust expenses? Is it part of an agreed upon arrangement of repayment or compensation? And if it's some part of compensation or something, then the compensation needs to be claimed, and the trustee needs to file some sort of like tax return or claim that income, right, individually, right? So keep it for me, and I'm not giving legal advice. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. There'll be new cats out here. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an attorney. I don't give legal advice. I'm in the private, baby. I should be talking about me and what I know, what I understand, what I deal with, what I've done, blah, 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 what my mentors have taught me. If it were me, the trust pays the bills that comes in the name of the trust, hands down. If it doesn't come in the name of the trust, no. The only bills that me personally, I ain't telling you to do nothing. I'm not telling you to do anything. Is if there's some sort of contractual assignment of a contract or benefits, such as some sort of maybe consumer credit contract, and the subsequent instruments that are used to facilitate that, consumer credit contract, transaction, blah, blah, blah. But a contractual executed assignment, proposal, adoption, approval of the boards, of the trustees, actual contractual assignment. Otherwise, trust is not paying any bills outside of the name of the trust. So it depends. How do you pay bills in the private? It depends on, do you want to administer in a substantive capacity, or do you just want to just go willy-nilly, shooting at the hip, Billy the Kid style, Wild Wild West, and hoping that, nothing happens, nothing goes down? It's up to you, in my opinion. Me personally, nope, not going to happen. So how do I pay bills in private? If the entity pays the bills, man, well, how do I get the money in the entity? Is the entity making money? Is it generating its own income? Does it have its own business purpose? Well, no, look, man, you got to get that straightened out. It's necessary for it to be considered a separate and distinct entity outside or separate from the organizers, quote, trustees, grantor, beneficiaries, shareholders, whatever. So a lot of people be like, yo, do I keep doing business in the all caps name, in the name? the debtor, the ens legis, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Really, I'll be like the persona. I like the word persona, but whatever. To me, that's a personal decision. I want to just, put in your mind that there are certain things that we do out of necessity that can be substantiated due to threat, duress, or coercion. I feel that we are coerced to transact in Federal Reserve notes because they've taken all of the real money out of the system. But in reality, I can definitely request a client to convert said donation into gold and silver and send it registered mail. And so can you. So is it really threat, duress, and coercion? I don't know. Maybe kind of coercion, kind of coerced. If you can speak to the fact that it would severely hinder the profitability of the trust, I don't know. I haven't attempted it, is what I'm trying to get at. You know what I mean? Theoretically, a lot of things sound good, but when it comes to actual application, a lot of stuff also blows up. So, do you stop using the name? I don't know. It's a credit profile. Me particularly, I like to get to the point where it's not required, like it's not going to hurt. My family's not going to feel it. I'm not going to feel it. And then stop using it when I don't need it anymore. I'm not going to create unnecessary discomfort in my life just because in the name of going private. I don't think it's practical. I mean, people are more than welcome to jump off the deep end if you want. I'm just looking for, I'm looking to be pragmatic at all times. All times. So, there's other things. Federal law protects individuals who do not wish to disclose their Social Security number. I'm not playing. Like I'm repeating this word for word, verbatim, from the 2008 FBI mortgage fraud report. So what do you use for a reporting number? If you're not using the social. A lot of people use CPNs. I've heard people use EINs personally. I mean, I like the credit profile numbers, but not for fraud. Me personally, when the statement comes, the statement is paid, hands down. I'm not using it to go get bread or credit and not take care of the bills, man. I'm not. That's not how I get down. I'm not playing all that. People can do what they want. Federal law protects those individuals who do not wish to disclose their Social Security number, not those individuals who wish to commit fraud, in my opinion. I'm not looking to do that dance. That's what I do. What you do is on you, hands down. Some people say, hey, man, I'm going to do the CPN, a credit profile number, and I'm going to keep, the name, and I'm going to use both, and I'm going to do a business. I'm going to create the business credit on that. And then you know what, Sot? I know you say you never tried it. It's hard. But I'm going to try to build business credit on the trust. And the reason why I say it's difficult to build business credit on the trust, I'm talking about credit. Like you might be able to, if you're working with a certain merchant or something, you got money coming through that account and they know it. They may give you a working capital loan. I'm talking about like credit cards and stuff. Man, I showed them the short form indenture, man. They wouldn't even give the trust a secured credit card. Like, look, we're going to give you the bread and you make that be the credit limit of the card. They were like, nah. Wells Fargo was like, nah. And I ain't get mad. I'm not going to get mad. To me, I laugh. Most people are like, why you laugh? To me, it just tells me that, that's short form. And it's just the short form. That short form is gangster. They was like, nah. nah. Well, big bad Wells Fargo was like, nah. And I was like, yo, just try again. Send it back to legal. They were like, nah. They came back with the double nah. Not on the secured cards? No. I'm not even on the man. But yeah, maybe you want to build all these credit profiles out. That's up to you, man. Like, if you can stop using it, you can keep using it, man. Look, man, like, I'm not really going to subscribe to any one person's definition of what I'm supposed to be doing. And I don't suggest you do it either. Whatever you're comfortable with is what you're comfortable with. I don't suggest you get out here and get brolic, is what I'm saying. Get on some protest. I've done consultation with people who I feel like have issues. Some of them might even be a little crazy. Like, straight up, like, you crazy, fam. Like, bro, you crazy. Or like, lady, you crazy. But they owe us the money, and they did, like, yo, man, like, I feel like, look, I'm not an advocate, but also I am a seeker, and I study, and it appears as though they can do whatever they want within their system. And if you volunteer to partake of benefits within their system, you also have to partake in the liabilities of their system. Whether it's, in the Bible or not, like, it's their system. And if we don't understand the laws and the rules of their system, it may appear very, very weird. But as far as I'm concerned, you do what you do. If you're going to keep using the name, me personally, I was told to do all new business in the new name once I came into the information. That's what I was told. That's what and for me, that means doing business through trust. In transactions and situations where I would otherwise use the name, it is now done through trust. It's well thought out, heavily contemplated, but executed through trust. Some things are executed through corporations, but most things are executed through private contractual entities. Now, some people, have a family trust. And they have a business trust, and the business trust transacts in Federal Reserve notes, but the Federal Reserve notes are converted at the business trust level, and the disbursements from the family trust from the business trust. Hold on, let me start over because I ain't trying to. Some people have a family trust and they have a business trust, and the business trust transacts in Federal Reserve notes, but the business trust does disperse income to another trust, let's say maybe a family trust. And if the business trust converts the income from Federal Reserve notes to some other type of asset or whatever, and the family trust never receives Federal Reserve notes, and the family trust does not have a bank account, and the family trust simply gifts certain assets, certain, property, land, portable land, to certain beneficiaries in the that are, of the family trust. Is that a taxable event if it's not Federal Reserve notes, if it's actual portable land? What am I talking about? A lot of people consider portable land, they talk about gold and silver, you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about, what are you doing with regards to, business through trust? How are you transacting? I'm just saying what I know some people do. I hope you caught it. If you have a company or corporation, most people ask me, what do I do with a company or corporation? Real quick, we got about 2 minutes left in the broadcast. If you're listening online or however, you want to call in 424-222-5250, 424-222-5250. Otherwise, you will get cut off and you have to listen to the archive. And this show is live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you want to call into the show, you call in 424-222-5250 at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific. That's as far as I'm going. I think I'm getting a couple of emails like, how do we join your live call? I think they're talking about the show. And if you're talking about the show, that's how you do it. Otherwise, you check out the archives. But yeah, real quick. Call in, otherwise it get cut off. So yeah, I mean, people, they have companies, they'll have the LLCs, they'll have corporations and whatnot, and they'll say, hey, I want to go private. I'm the owner or one of the shareholders or one of the members of the corporation, or you don't want to do a single member LLC. Just so y'all know, it's disregarded. But I'm the owner, or I'm this, or I'm that of the corporation, and what do I do? How do I navigate, this, private transition? And, I have no problem. I have no problem helping them with that. It's actually very easy. It makes it more difficult if the corporation hasn't been keeping minutes. But, I mean, other than that, it's a breeze as far as I'm concerned. But I also understand and empathetic to the fact that this stuff is super easy to me. This stuff is like I say it to people all the time. It's like, when we first started driving, you had pedals and it was just a lot. And then now you drive, you be on the phone and you'll drive all the way home. And when we think about it, like that's kind of how, taking or nothing. But, I do have to act sometimes and realize that how I be coming off to people sometimes can be just over their head. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be over anyone's head. I'm not trying to speak over anyone's head and make it seem like, I'm smarter than you or something like that. I've had people come at me and be like, you think you're better than people? I do not think I'm better than anybody. I just know some stuff, man. But it's, to me, the restructuring of the corporation or the LLC is very simple. And a lot of times it's not structured properly, at least on the federal level, to begin with. So, when I clients and stuff, the things that okay, so let me put this in perspective for you. You can email me and set up a consultation for $55 and get information that costs thousands of dollars. Point blank, how to properly classify your LLC, state and federal, is about $1,000 for an attorney to correctly fill out the form for you, not even show you really. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time have you do power of attorney so they can sign as the power of attorney. And by the way, y'all, nobody signs as power of attorney. If you're holding a power of attorney, that means you are the attorney in fact for that person. You're not power of attorney. I heard people saying, "Oh, I'm power of attorney." Like, fam, you're not power of attorney, man. As soon as you speak, I know exactly your level. Like you can hold a power of attorney in the form of an instrument that was executed that makes you an attorney in fact. I know. I'm sorry. I just digressed real quick. I really did. But $1,000 to properly classify your corporation. I tell people, look, man, I feel like people just don't understand. If you have a job and you're looking to go private, it's as simple as, exchanging all of your assets into a trust, and then moving forward, all the assets that you acquire, those are directly in the trust. Hit me up if you want to know how to substantively execute a proper exchange. Definitely email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. I wanted to cover some other stuff. We are wrapping up. We're about to wrap up, the show. I really do, because I'm having difficulties with the site, but everybody's telling me that you can hear me correctly, so that's cool. But I just wanted to go over, some of this stuff, with regards to, what it means to go private and how it's different for everybody. Like, you can be working a federal job. A lot of people, I've had people hit me up, I'm a federal employee. Yo, let me be real, man. A lot of times in state and federal jobs, if you can hack it, they have great benefit packages, man. They pay very well, man. They got really good insurance. Life insurance, not life insurance, but they got really good health insurance. And they be having vacation hours where you get paid, but you ain't got to, for some people, that's the way it is, man. And no one should make you feel bad because you have a job and you're good with it. In my opinion, that's where, starting a business is beneficial to your entire community because those who don't have the wherewithal, the means, the focus, or even the desire to start and run a business, they can just come and, work at your business and help, you provide that good or service through your business while benefiting from, the exchange of their labor. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with people having jobs, man. Not everybody's going to be a business owner. It's really hard. It's tough. It's tough, man. It's hard being independent. It's hard being an entrepreneur who doesn't depend on regular checks. It's rewarding. It's very, but it is not easy, yo. And if you have anxiety, if you don't deal well when money is low, and you get to snapping on people that are close to you, and because you just don't do it, you better just have a job. People who look down on people for having a job is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's ego. Entrepreneurs, y'all can be. No, my bad. It's ego for me to be like, yo, I'm an entrepreneur, so all y'all should be. Which is not the case. I don't feel like I feel any type of way about you if you have a job. I don't judge people, man. You might have a job, you might have made more than I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I say? You might be doing rewarding work. It might fulfill you. It might, it takes care of your family. It puts food on the table. Look, man, respect, sister, respect. So what if you have a job? So what? Well, then keep your job then. Just title all your assets in trust. Well, how do I do that? Well, hit me up. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Look, man, I wanted to tell y'all, I've been thinking about this trustee training because I talked to Yusuf about it, and I told my peoples, I've been telling my peoples I talked to Yusuf about this trustee training. I've been going back and forth because I closed the doors. And people have been hitting me up, and I knew people would be hitting me up, but I didn't think that the conversation that I had with Yusuf would have such a profound effect on my decision making. And then I talked to some other people, and I was asked a few questions, by people who I respect, and I've come to the conclusion that trustee training is just the prices are going up, the donation request is going up, so it's going to be more prohibitive. So in essence, maybe it still is closing the doors on people. You know what I'm saying? And it might be the same result for some people, but when it comes to how much work I put in, not even that. When it comes to how much I study, man, and what I know, and the continuing education that goes into continuing to bring this show and provide value to, trustees and clients who are getting consultations, it's just got to change and be different. So I don't know exactly what that means, but I will say that the donation request for trustee training is higher than it was. If you weren't able to get in before the cutoff, it is what it is. Just email me, admin at welcometothefoundation.com, and we'll take it from there. But everybody, it has to be like that. If I'm going to continue, it has to be, because those who got in before the deadline, they need to keep their equity. So what their equity is that they paid, their donation was lower than what it is now. So they got, and I struggled with this for over a month. I really struggled with this, man. I really did. And ultimately, y'all my people, y'all my family. And I'm looking for a mentee. I'm looking for someone I can pass the torch to. I'm looking for someone that has the passion and the drive to, assist in uplifting the people from, the economic slavery that we're in, because, they've been affected negatively by it, seen their people affected negatively by it, their family, maybe even their children, and so on and so forth, and they want to do something to, affect the change. That's what I'm looking for. I don't care if you're male, female, purple, Russian, a goat. As long as you speak English and you have a good head on your shoulders and you have a good heart, I'm looking for a mentee. And I've been looking for a mentee for a while. More than likely, the mentee is not going to be able to have a job, because if you have prior responsibilities, it's going to be a conflict, because everybody's schedule is different. So if you're doing consultations, if you're doing this and that, you're going to need to be available. But other than that, email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. And, really let me know. Let me know if you're interested in being, a trustee of the foundation, and, what you could bring, to the mentee spot, and, why you qualify to be a mentee. Real talk. Like, it feels weird for me to say this, but I have to, because I'm dead serious. This is not a game. You're playing with people's lives. You're playing with people's finances. You're playing with people's income. You're playing with people's money. You're playing with people's assets. You're playing with people's mental health when it comes to this stuff. And I don't take it serious. I don't take it lightly. I take it very seriously. And yeah, man. So don't play with me. Also, so man, I want to be the mentee. Look, like, don't play with me, man. Let's be serious. But the good news is, Trustee Training is still popping. Bad news is, it's at a higher level of entry. If you're interested, email me, admin@welcometothefoundation.com. If you got outstanding invoices and you're looking to pop it off, man, I'm gonna email y'all. Y'all got like days. I got like days. But it is what it is, man. The public's locking down. This stuff is getting crazy. They're going to zero interest rates. They're looking at a cashless society. They're looking at putting chips in the cash that have a date on them. So even if you put your cash in a safe, I'm serious. They got this stuff. They're talking about putting radio frequency microchips embedded in the bills, in the notes that are date stamped, and keep track of when they were issued. So even if you don't have them in a bank account with negative interest, and you put them in your safe, when you go to cash them in, your $100, depending on how long you had it in the safe, is not going to be $100. They're going to take the interest off it, because they're going to scan it and see that it was issued to you a year ago, 2 years ago, and then they're going to add the negative interest rates, man, to your cash, man. I think I'm playing. I'm not playing, man. I see it coming. It's not like directly tomorrow or next week. I'm going to see this in my lifetime, though. I know that. Likely, you're going to see it in your lifetime, which means your heirs and people in your family are going to be subjected to the changes that take place right before your eyes within your lifetime. And what are you doing to prepare for it? What are you doing? I know what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm not doing enough. I really do. We talking real financial wealth when you get into trust. Only a public charity, a private foundation, or trust can get into founder stock. Pennies. Once you buy the stock for 2 cents a share, 3 cents a share. It goes public at $2, $3. We don't care. We made money. I bought 10,000 shares of this stock. The shares were 2 pennies. The stock opened at $5. That's $50,000, man. You can only do that with a public charity, a private foundation, or a trust. Founder stock is what it's called. Look it up and look it up and look it up. Don't just look at the first thing that you see in Google and then read that and be like, think you got, and you understand what you're talking about, fam. You're tripping. Endowments. Homework. What you call the donor department of your local hospital or university. Say, I would like to talk to the donor department. They say, hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. Can I help you? Say, hi, my name is whatever your name is. I'm the trustee of, and just make up the name of the trust, the such and such family trust or whatever. And I'm very interested in what you guys got going on for your endowments. And shut your mouth and see what they say. And see if your mind isn't blown. Ask questions. I'm sorry, we're just at the information gathering stage right now, but I'll be happy to give you a call back when we make our decision. Then hang up the phone and realize what the man said, man. They're going to, like, most of these things, they pay over 4%. If you put in a certain amount of money, you can negotiate the percentage. I think it's worth it for me if I can set up a trust, right, and set up a financial endowment, and through my lifetime put $1 million in this endowment and it pays 10%, which means after I put in $1 million, every single year, forever, the trust will receive a $100,000 check off of that endowment. Every single year. Every single time. Come on now. To me, how are we thinking? Private placement accounts. Y'all should look at private placement accounts. What is a private placement account? Can trust transact with or not, you know. I like to watch TV shows, and, you know, sometimes I might turn the game on and watch football. That doesn't mean I'm actually going to play, but it means I enjoy, you know, watching it sometimes. You know, a lot of times that's the same thing with this information. A lot of people just enjoy hearing it and gathering it, but don't take any action. And I understand that's cool. I ain't making no judgments. But those of you like looking to take action, I trust y'all hear what I'm saying. I really do. It's all love. It's out of love. The only way to thrive in the 21st century is to own nothing and control everything privately. And though any trustee is the legal owner of the property in trust, the trustees of an express trust do not experience the incidence of personal ownership due to property limited liability via trust instrument and the cardinal virtues of the trustees. It is this limited liability that makes the express trust no less than the corporation, but it is the latitude of choice of whether to function in the common law venue with absolute rights in commerce under the general law merchant, or in the Roman civil law venue with only relative rights in commerce under private international law that makes the express trust inter alia far superior and profitable. Under the aegis of the express trust, the trustee is clothed in a veil impenetrable but from within. Mismanagement. This suit of armor is the trust instrument which molds the trustee in all his good faith dealings on behalf of the trust, fully compensating him for his services, privileging his use of trust property, and enabling his exercise of creativity in business endeavors, all without the excessive weight of inquisitorial legislation. The greater latitude afforded under express trust manifests itself in a number of ways, one of which is in the prosecution of claims and commercial liens wherein the trust acquires for value the account of a debtor, and the trustee utilizes the trust qualities in order to effectively collect the debt owed. The trust brings with it a form of professionalism and authority which enables the debt to be collected honorably. And when one is a trustee, he is a fiduciary in a position generally looked upon with respect for the integrity inherent in the position. This has always been the case, except where the power has been abused. But even so, history is clear that there are far more abuses of power via corporations than there are of trusts. The bottom line is that the express trust relation is the most effective means to owning nothing while controlling it all, and when utilized properly, it affords its participants with all of the ingredients of legal health and commercial wellness. It is also true that no matter how many arguments are made against the trust, the learned reader will always see through the propaganda and spin, knowing the state's nagging concern is the utter lack of in rem jurisdiction over express trusts. Possession is 9/10 of the law. At the end of the day, in rem jurisdiction remains in the private venue, i.e., with the trustee pursuant to the private contract between he and the settlor or grantor. So, from natural deduction, it should become clear that the express trust can really only fail due to some misgiving or impropriety on the part of the trustee. The trustee must therefore trust himself. Before I'm out of here, I mean, am I going to take some questions? I don't know if I'm going to try. I'm probably not going to try. It's because this is, okay, so, the server's not available. Right on, brother. Right on. Let me try this again. No. A good friend of mine asked me recently, they were like, I want you to tell me 2 things that you're passionate about. 2 things that you really enjoy, that you love, or you really enjoy spending your time doing, that don't involve you being a parent or you being a consultant. And this was like, I'm telling you, this was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to tell you, I have not come up with an answer yet, which means I'm very blessed to be doing what I'm doing. I really am passionate about what I'm doing. I really love what I'm doing. I love it when I'm able to help someone get into a better position. I love it when someone has that aha moment and they realize what they're capable of, what they can do. I also love it when people feel like they've received value and when people are appreciative. Like, genuinely appreciative. I love it. I really do. Because, there's a lot of scams out here, y'all. Let's face it. And ultimately, it is what it is. So, with that being said, admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Email me. Hit me up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm tripping, y'all, because I couldn't find my silver. Like, this piece of silver that I carry with me all the time, I couldn't find it all day. And I'm looking, it's sitting right here. And it was not sitting there, man. I'm bugging out. Anyways, let me try these phone lines, man. I'm out of here. I've had a wonderful day, and I feel like I gave y'all some value. I trust I gave y'all some value. 252-9442. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace. What's going on? So it's Kobe, man. Yeah, man. I just wanted to say, man. Yeah, if you're gonna just keep me in the, my number whenever you wanna look at people, the artists, look out for. You wanna do that pick for that trustee training. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. I mean that trainee, and I'm definitely interested in that. I can go over, if we get up and check, I can go over, why I think, what I'm saying, I should be, a candidate considered for that.
Yeah, I would prefer that you just put it in an email, man, and send it to admin at welcometothefoundation.com.
Okay.
get the email at my convenience. And, you know, I ain't got to set up a time. I ain't got to, you know, worry about the schedule, so on and so forth. So if you don't mind, I would really prefer that.
All right. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, man. I appreciate it, family.
All right.
Thank you. Peace. Respect, you know, hey, you know, respect, you know. I really respect that. I respect the, you know, look, I didn't think it would be that quick, honestly. I thought, you know, it would take a while. But I'm honored that, you know, people are looking to, you know, mentor under me, man. Like, I guess I never thought about it. Like, I mentor people in certain things, but, you know, when it comes to, like, you know, taking over or the administration of, like, the foundation or something like this, I've never done anything like this. So I'm humbled. I am humbled, family, and you know, please email me, and let's correspond through email, and let's make that happen. I really want to holler at you. 929-4056. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace, my brother Sorrell. This is Sister Yvette. Peace, kings and queens. Peace, communities. My brother, the thing that you love the most that you haven't figured out yet is teaching, mentoring, and instructing. And you do it with a gloved hand. People have to understand you. And it's not that you don't have a love for them, you're looking down at them, or you think you're better than them. It's like a parent that's raising and training their kids, and you want the best for them, and you try to drill that in so they understand that. Your passion is people. Your passion is to make sure that the people get the right messages, the right instruction, the right training. Unfortunately, some of our people are thin-skinned. Some of us think we're better than the person that's teaching us. Some of us think we're even smarter than the person that's teaching us. One thing I always tell people, what has not passed you has not met you yet. Don't ever get so big or so puffed out or puffed up that you can't humble yourself. See, whoever tries to pick up that baton, they have to have the same spirit. They have to have that caring spirit. They have to have that nurturing spirit. They have to have that drive and that teaching spirit. You can't come in looking for filthy lucre or thinking you're going to get rich overnight and trample over our people. See, the ancestors will send you the right trainees when it's time. See, we have some excellent trainees in the trusteeship. We need some more trainees in the trusteeship because we need to build strong links. We don't need weak bonds. Kings, queens, communities. We don't need sovereignty. We don't need to drive in our conveyance. We need to check out our generational wealth and what we got. See, the Federal Reserve notes that you all running around and flossing and keeping up with the Joneses, that's not going to do it. You need tangible assets. Where's your precious metals at? Where are the things that's going to hold up substance in the long run that anybody else can't trace, but only you and your family knows about? See, we're putting our interests in the wrong thing. The latest and the greatest, the fads, the fashion, the fancy cars. How many of us own our own properties? How many of us actually have precious metals? See, kings and queens, you have to know your royalty. See, other countries know their royalty. They stripped it all from us. Find yourselves. Get back to where you need to be. My brother, your passion is to make sure we as a people prosper together, not separately. And for all the people that should have gotten in the traineeship, trustees, now you done played yourself. Prices went up. It's worth it because the brother is studying and grinding to give you all information that nobody else is going to do for you. So if you think that it's a fraud or you ain't got the money, you already lost the battle. Don't waste the brother's time. Don't tie up precious time, because the time you all waste that's precious to those who are really serious, that's his law time. That's his consulting time. That's his going to meet with other mentors time. So we all can benefit. Don't waste this time. If you invest and you're doing what you're supposed to do, be honorable, be noble, take care of your debts. Because in the long run, it's going to benefit you more than these 9 to 5. And another thing, that $1,000 that he's asking you to set up your businesses, take it. That's the best investment you can spend. You spend it on the devil, you spend it in the clubs, on alcohol, drugs, whatever. You spend it in the wrong places. Invest in your future. Invest into something that's going to be worth it. If you're a janitor, let the brother start your business so you can own the janitoring business. If you're a caterer or you work for a caterer, invest in your business. Stop playing, brothers and sisters. It's getting real out here. King, hold the torch and continue to hold the torch because you're doing the right thing. Don't struggle anymore. The ancestors already spoke. The good people already spoke. Do what you got to do because the ancestors going to send you the right one. Peace, my brother. Peace, kings and queens, because I appreciate you. You're doing a good work, my brother.
I appreciate
Peace,
you.
Peace, community.
I need to talk to you about the positions. There was an issue. And then there's a trustee who asked if I would ask you if they can get your information. It's a sister who's a trustee who I think is in Jersey, in kind of like the tri-state area, who's trying to find people in the tri-state area. And she heard you on the show, and then she heard you in the training, the trustee training. So she asked me to ask you if...
yes, my brother, you could pass her information on.
Okay, yeah, I'll send you her email or whatnot. And then call me tomorrow so we can figure out your position.
Okay, I will.
Please.
And to my kings and queens, invest in your CPNs. You're going to need it. My brother, as always, a pleasure. I appreciate you. I honor you as a true man of nobility. Stay humble, my brother. The ancestors got you. Peace, kings and queens. Peace, communities.
Appreciate it. Peace, Sister Yvette. I appreciate the kind words. You've been down. You and Daryl. My man Brian from the Bay. There's several of y'all that's been down since day one, and I really, really, really appreciate that. So with that being said, yeah, I mean, look, I'm not refreshing this thing no more. Go ahead, wrap this up. I love y'all. They locking the public down. I'm trying to tell y'all, please understand what we're saying. Like, the public is locking down. I feel, you're going to need trust. You're going to need corporations that aren't straight connected to the debtor. You're going to need, credit profile numbers. You're going to need to create a foundation, for lack of a better word, that allows you the ability to spread assets and accounts and credit around. So even if one entity falls, you have others, so on and so forth. But like this whole Social Security and, this, I wish I could see what I see. I really do. And maybe you do. And maybe you just check me out because I speak how you think. It's really lonely thinking. And if that's you, we family to the end. And I'm still here, and I'm going to keep pushing. Things won't modify, but I ain't going nowhere anytime soon. the sister said, you know, the ancestors have already decided, and I feel like that's why I struggled with my decision for so long, because maybe I was going against the ancestors, trying to, you know, wind down the foundation, you know, close down Trustee Training. And I was really reminded, not even reminded, I really learned how y'all look at me. And very humbling. And, you know, I don't look at myself as, you know, a pillar or anything, or necessary or needed. You know, I just look at myself as someone to come out here, you know, spit some game, do his dance, and move around. But I guess it's more than that. And I respect that, and I'm honored, and I will honor that. So, you know, we still popping, we still doing our dance, we pancaking toes, you know. We ain't worried about the boo-hoo, we chugga choo-choo. You know what it is, it's the foundation, and we laying. So I appreciate y'all, I respect y'all, I love y'all. Y'all the reason why I do it. And for no other reason, really. So, you know, with that being said, y'all enjoy yourself, have a great week. You know, always, every night before you go to sleep, man, y'all got to think of 10 things you're grateful for. Let's start thinking about the things that we have and stop thinking about the things we don't. Start being appreciative for the things that we do have and not being resentful for the things that we don't have. And stop looking at other people and what they have, man. It's none of your business. Damn that. The dude might have a nice car, but he might have a rash on his butt or something, man. You don't know. So let's just handle our own business. You know what I'm saying? Handle our own families. Let's do our own dance. Keep it moving. In the meantime, y'all enjoy yourself. Admin at welcometothefoundation.com. Trustee Training, consultation, so on and so forth. Welcometothefoundation.com. PDF section. Make a donation. Social media sites. Do it. Sign up for the email list. You have a great week. I'll catch you next time here on High Frequency Radio Network. Peace to God.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.